What's up everybody, welcome to the video. If you haven't guessed it, this is an unboxing of a Bambu A1. So we have the A1 Mini, but we needed to get an upgrade. So we got this, excited to open it up. Let's go. So this is it here. We're just gonna get that open and see what we have inside. So this video is just to show you what's inside the box when you buy one of these, what you get with it, and then that's basically it. We've got another video on the channel which shows you how to set this up, so we'll do that. There's also one, we're going to connect up this AMS Lite to it, so a video showing you that too. But this is just for unboxing. So there we go, the stickers on the side, so you need to take the tape off and grab a hold of the bag. And you can lift that up. Or try to lift it up. And there we go, that is it out of the box. Let's take the bag off. So taped to the top here, we have the quick start guide and the actual plate to go on the printer to print onto. Up next we take the cardboard off and we have the spool holder for the filament. So just get that cut off, and there we go. And there's the filament spool holder. And here we go. This is the Bambu A1. So the side here, I'll take these cardboard sides off, and then we have the actual printer. So we'll just lift that up like that. So underneath you have a tube for the filament to go in, and you have some testing filament. Also some desiccant. And then on one side you have a bag of accessories. So it's the lubricant oil, the different things for the 3D printer for maintenance. So like your tools and screws and stuff like that. So you need to keep a hold of that. In the other side we also have a power adapter. At the side too we also have the little poop chute. And that's it for all the accessories on the side of it. So there we go, that's one section of it taken away. And then now for the other section. There we go. So nothing else left. So that is all that comes in the box. So you obviously have your base here, which is the one that's going to go there. And then you have the actual frame of the printer as well, which is going to go on top of it. So that's the two main bits that come with it. Again, the plug socket, the little poop chute, your filament feeder, your spare filament, your tools, and also your quick start with your actual bed to print on. So that's everything that you get in the box. So hopefully that sort of set your mind at rest. If you're looking to get one of these, you're not sure what's going to come with, that's exactly what it's going to come with. If you bought one and you're missing something, then you'll be able to see exactly what it is. You're going to be putting together this Bambu A1 3D printer. So if you've got your 3D printer, you'll notice it comes in parts. So we're going to show you all the steps that needed to fit this together. So we'll head over and we'll get that done. So first thing we have to do is remove packaging from the device. So up first is these two plastic things. So this is basically stopping the access from moving around during transit. So you just take your Allen key, and undo the 4 screws. So there we go, that's the 4 screws removed. And then you just remove these plastic things, stoppers or whatever they call them. They are a bit tight to get off, so I was having a bit of struggle with this one, but it's easier just to push it towards the middle and then you can take it off like that. So that's that top one done for the mount. So we've got them off. And then up next we have the base here. So first we tackle the zip ties. So you can use some scissors or special pliers like these sharp ones. So that's the zip ties off. So you can just take them out. Then next you have all these polystyrene bits. So just take these off too. So then that is the base all done and all packaging is off. Then back to the frame itself, which has got some cardboard on and some zip ties. So again, we're just going to snip those off. So you have 2 on the main, which is holding the wire here, and also 1 at the side here. So here, so we'll just get that and clip that. Take that cardboard off with that zip tie. You have this cardboard here to take off, and then we're all package free. So we can get these connected up together. So up next is the build plate. So you want to attach that on, just like so. And you need to ensure that the top bit here is in the right spot, and this long bit, this is next to the screen. So when you flip the screen out, this longer bit that sticks out, that should be over that side. So we'll just remove the base. We get the housing, so that goes there. So what we need to do is this tape on the bottom here. If we just undo that, and that's our cables and connectors. So we'll just move this over to the side for the moment. So what we need to do now is take the base and we need to put this inside of here. Now as you can see, this doesn't fit, so you have to tip it up, just slide it in, and then that should go in there like so. You just have to move it over slightly just so it fits in the gaps here for the base, and also this little metal bit at the back which was there. So that's connected in. So the next thing we need to do is turn the printer around. Well, I'll turn mine to the side so it fits on the table. The build plate, you need to push it all the way to the forward to where the screen is, and we need to get in the back here where this Y plate or Y access cover is. So we need to get in there. So you clip it up so it'll come up, and then you should be able to pull nice and slowly, and then you can pull that out, and then that is the cover for the Y. So the next thing we need to do is find this bag, which has got the ST3-23. These are the screws, and what we need to do is install those screws into the system where it's got the green rings. So there we go, those are the screws that we need. And that is those ones there, if it'll focus on it. Quite long, with sort of naked bit there and then the thread on the end. And for these, you just use the Allen key which you use to take the black bits off the Z-axis, the black plastic bits. So again, where the green circles are, I don't know if you can see that one on camera, but there's one there, one there, one there, one there, then loads on the Y-axis. So we'll get those screwed in. For this here with the screws, this is just to lock the actual base onto the system itself so that it doesn't move. So that's why there's so many screws for it. So we have those 2 on the outer edges done. Next we have another 2 further in, so it's these ones here, so we'll do them. So that's one of them done, and on to the next one. There we go, that is that one done. Then we have, on the rail itself, we have two near the back, another two next to it, and the two in the middle. And you have to move the base plate, and there's another two at this end here. So, just here with the green. So I will do these two first, and I can move the build plate, and then get into the others. So that's one in, onto the next one. That's that one done. So we'll move the build plate back, and then we can get into these other 6. Next screw in here. The other one done. Then we just have these 4 that are close to each other. And now the last one. Get that screwed in. There we go. And one spare screw. So I'll put that off to the side just in case we need it later on. And we'll have that as a spare just in case we need it. Okay, now we have the base all secured on. What we need to do is the heat bed, push it all the way to the forward so we can get the Y cover back on. So again, that just goes underneath. That will just slide in. And that will just connect in and push back down, and there's the cover back on for the Y. So next thing we need to do, we need to get underneath the printer. So what we're going to have to do is lie this on a table. So just like so. And you have to be careful because the build plate will slide down because it's on the connection like that. So now we have the printer on the side of the table, and we're going to plug stuff in. So first things first, we need this dangling bit, which has got the USB-C cable in the middle and 2 clips either side. So underneath here, we have a little USB-C cable hole. So this is where the cable needs to go in. So basically, you're going to put this box in here, and you'll be able to slide that up till that cable gets plugged in. So just be careful with it, keep this flush to the base, like so. And then there's this little hold and screw here, so we'll take our little Allen key and just screw that in, just to keep that in place. And just like so, that's tightly in place. Now on this connector, you may have noticed we have this cable, there's also one here. So this has colours on for where they need to go in the plugs. So this one here is for the camera. So I'm going to put that in. So there's the camera installed. So we'll just sort of put that cable there just so it's not sticking out. Next one is the green one for the X motor. So then that one will get pushed in like that, and that's all connected. And lastly, you have this cable down here. It's got the tape on it. So you just need to take this tape off. Get that rest of the tape off so it doesn't leave any sticky residue. And you have this other cable here. So you have a little hole slot for this cable. So that needs to get pushed in there like so. So just push it in just so the bottom is going to be flush and it's not going to wobble on. Then on here, you'll notice there's a little door. So you open that door, the cable will get put through. Then you can actually close that door. So that makes that flush now. And the cable's there. And then all you have to do is plug that in for the Z motor. So that's the yellow one. And again, I'll just move that cable just so it's like that. I'll make it a bit more tighter. So then the cables will be flat against the bottom, so they're not going to stick out. So once we're done with that, we can stand the printer back up. So there we go, there's the printer back up. Fold out the screen, so you can actually see what's on the screen. The next thing we have to do is this purge wiper. So this is going to get connected onto the printer itself. So on this side here, you'll see there's a little clip. So then all you have to do is just slide this in, it slides in from the back, that goes in there. To secure it, then in your accessories bag, you should have this little thing here. And this is the M312 for purge. So we're just going to open this up. And again, this is just a tiny little screw that needs to be screwed in underneath just to help secure that. So that goes in under here. So on the purge wiper, as you can see, there's a little hole that's on the inside. So see, when that goes in there, that hole's probably about middle. So you just get a feeling for it, see where it is. Then that goes in there, and then you can screw it in. And then just ensure that it's in tightly so that it's not going to come out anywhere. There we go, and that's for the purge. The next thing to do would be to install this thing for a single roll if you had just a single roll. So the thing just clips out, then it goes on here. So basically all you do is take this, you unclip it, then you put it on, put the front on first, then put it over the back, and then you can clip that on, and that secures it. But as I'm connecting a AMS Lite to it, I don't need this. So then all you have left to do is to take the PTF tube and you put it in here and connect it up onto the filament holder, so you can feed the filament into the PTF tube. It goes in there. But like I said, I'm using the AMS, so I won't be showing that bit, but really easy to do. So that is basically it. That's your printer all set up. You just have to plug it in, set the firmware update away, and then you're up to date and you can start printing. So there's other bits and bobs as well. So the cable organizer, so you use that for when you have your PTFE tube, so it connects to this cable, so you have them both together just to avoid them getting stretched and stuck and stuff like that. And the same with the AMS, there's enough slots on there to fit all of the PTFE tubes on there, so that's really handy. But yeah, I hope you found that video useful in setting up this Bambu A1 printer. It is a bit harder to set up than the A1 Mini, but anyone can do it. Easy to follow along instructions. If you can screw some screws in, that's basically all you need to do. So yeah, that's that all set up. This is the AMS Lite. So we're going to look at this. Now, the first thing you need to do is this stand here. This is the stand that we're going to use. So it needs to be on a flat surface. The next thing you need is this AMS body, and this is going to attach to this stand. So the way you're going to do it is the cable end goes to the back of the stand, i.e. where the back bit is on it, not the front two prongs. So that'll go on there just like so. And like that, that is connected. So now this is attached to the stand. You have the screws here. So there's two in each side. So I'll just put these in now. So again, in the accessory box, you've got the little Allen key. So the screw holes, are lined up. You just screw them in. So that's one screw in, onto the next one. There we go. And then if you turn that around the other side, you have another two in the exact same place. And in my pack, I actually got 5 screws, so I've got a spare one. So I'll put that back in the accessory box and keep that together. So I have all of the parts and stuff together for the printer. So if I need a spare screw anytime, then I have that. So that's them tightened up. So the next thing is you have this box here. So we'll just pull this out. As you can see, you have all the spool holders. There's 2 green and there's 2 orange. So funnily enough, you take it out and the green one goes on the green. And you can see it's got instructions on it. It says pair with number 1 or number 3, which is green. So I'll do this one here, which is green, and it goes on the biggest flat end on here. Pushes on just like so. And you'll be able to feel it goes in the actual slot it should go in. And again, on this side, the orange one, it says there, pair with number 2 or 4 yellow. So put that in there. As you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, in the bottom there is the little attachment which needs to go in here. So you just push that on. There we go. Turn the spool around. And again, orange one, or yellow one, sorry, goes on yellow. And we've got green here, and that goes on the green. And again, just needs spun around to the right fitment to fit it in. So this is the printer here, and this is the AMS Lite. Now the first thing to do is on the back of the printer, there is some connections. So these two here, and this is where the AMS Lite connector actually goes in. So I'll just move this around just to show you. This is the cable here. You notice it's got 4 little holes and then the little clip on the bottom. And that is the way that it goes in, with the little clip on the bottom. Just plugs in there, and that's it. You can use either of those to plug that in. So next step is you have to connect all of your PTFE tubes to the AMS Lite, and then those are going to go in here. So before we plug anything in with the filament, what you need to know is that there are two different lengths of cables for, PTFE tubing. So there's two small and two longer ones. So when you have them next to each other for the length on that side, you notice that the other side two are much shorter than the others. So what you need to do is take the two longer ones, and those go in the furthest away. So number 1 and 2 is the furthest away, so that needs that extra length when it's going across the bed to actually fit in. So obviously each AMS section is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the way that I like to do it is number 1 goes into the back left, so that's number 1. Then number 2, that goes into the next one down. Then number 3, just move that there, that goes into the third one, and number 4 into number 4. Now that is your AMS connected up to that. And also a vital thing to do is this cable connector. This needs to go on to ensure that all the tubes in the cable are kept tidy and together. So on there, I don't know if you can see it, there's this one here which is slightly smaller. That one is for the black USB-C cable which goes on the top. So that connects on there, and then you just connect all of these around it. So I'll put 4 there, that one there, that one there, and that one there. And that basically holds all the cables together, so when it's moving they will all be held just like so, and they won't get tangled up. And that's your AMS ready. Then all you have to do is, when you turn the printer on, just feed the filament in, that secures it, and that's it done. So here we go, we have the AMS Lite, which is a spool holder here. Now what we need to do is, the way we orient the film is the filament needs to come downwards. So when we put this on the holder, like so, that'll go on. Then this filament needs to go from underneath. So you don't want it from over the top like this, because then it'll feed in and sort of snap it. So you need it to go under, like so. Now this is the part that some people struggle with. So this one here at the back, this is number 4. This one here is number 4. So as you can see here, this is where it needs to go into. So you get the filament, and you aim for number 4, goes in like that. As you can see here, there's a little push button that just pushes it. So you put the filament in, push it, and then what it does, it's got an auto feeder, so that'll start feeding that in. And that feeds that through, and then it goes to there. So again, with this one here, this one is number 3. You'll see the numbers on the front here, just like so, so 2, 3, so we're going to put on number 3. So number 4 and number 3, a lot of the stuff that I print out is black, so I'm going to have the 2 blacks on there. So again, when you put it on, the filament needs to come out and up, rather than putting it on this way to turn around. So again, just push that on. That goes on there like that. And then number 3 under here, if you can see, push that button, it feeds it in a bit more, and it'll take it up. As you can see there, it's feeding it through. And that goes up to there, and 3 and 4 are now fed on. So do the same with number 1 and number 2. Normally for number 1 I will put in white, but as I've only got a little bit of black filament left on this, I'm just going to put this one on and use up the rest of this filament. That's got it in, and that's picking that up and spooling through. And last but not least, I'm going to do the blue. So again, this just goes on, and make sure that the filament is coming up towards it. Goes in a little hole in the bottom. It's a bit awkward sometimes to feel it in there, but then you just push it in, and again we'll do an auto feed and it'll go through. But then as these are too big for the AMS Lite, you use a attachment which you can print off. So I need to print one of those first and then get that done. But yeah, that's how you fill up the AMS Lite with your filament, and it connects into here, and then you can print it all off. So here we go, we have the touch screen. Press start for Unleash Your Creativity. We have the language selection, so you select your language. So for this one's English, and we're in Europe, so again select that. Now what you need to do is connect your printer to the Wi-Fi. This is so you can connect to the Bambu Maker Lab software and set things off over Wi-Fi, so you don't have to be near the printer, or you can use the SD micro SD card. What I'm going to do is just set mine up to the Wi-Fi, and we'll skip ahead of that. So all you have to do is say select Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi will come up, select that, put your password in. So there we go, that's connected up to the Wi-Fi, and then that comes up with the Bambu Handy QR code. So all we need to do is take our phone, load up the camera, and then when you hover over it, it will come up there. So Bambu Lab, take you to the website. I've already got Bambu Handy loaded up. So there we go. So I'll just confirm to bind. So what that is going to do is just connect my printer to my account. So I'm just going to name this. So this is going to be A1 AMS, because this is the one that I've got the AMS connected to. So there we go, that's all connected. And as you can see here on the screen itself, it's come up with the calibration. So we're going to press start on that. And I will just move the camera just like so that can go through the process, and you can watch that as it does it. Just going to move that over. So that's it, all done eventually. That is the calibration completed, and that's all you need to do for when you set it up. So you just press on it and you're all set. And now you can go. But firstly, it's come to say we need to lubricate the Y axis. So we'll do that, and then that's it, good to go. I'll just click done because I'll do it now, but just to get that off the screen. Hope you found that video useful. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. If there's anything else that you want to know about the A1, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video on that too. But until next time, see ya.